Hello everybody and welcome to part 10 of the NEPHILIM Look Like Clowns series. A series you can follow by going to my channel and finding the playlist here. And if you haven't already, that would be your place to catch up, because what I'm about to say will sound completely insane and deluded if you haven't got the context to understand why I'm saying what I'm about to say. Now, I've come across something I thought might be quite interesting for episode 10, because these Satanists who worship the Nephilim demons, the demons who are now on the other side of the veil, the very fractaled, matrixed deities that look like jesters and clowns now, these things are worshipped by the Satanists, and of course, they always like to make out that the things they do are for the children. And there's a charity event in the UK, a biannual charity event called Comic Relief. Now, Comic Relief, if we can get the Wikipedia up here, is an operating British charity and an independent sister organisation of the United States-based Comic Relief Incorporated. Founded in 1985 by the comedy scriptwriter Richard Curtis and comedian Lenny Henry in response to famine in Ethiopia. The highlight of Comic Relief's appeal is Red Nose Day, a biennial telethon held in March, alternating with sister project Sports Relief. So this is a prominent biennial event in British popular culture. Comic Relief is one of the two high-profile telethon events held in the United Kingdom, the other being Children in Need, held annually in November. In the United States, Red Nose Day is an annualised event that has raised more than $95 million since 2015. Now, this is an event put on by the BBC. Now, the BBC run also the Children in Need, and this is their logo here. A yellow bear, golden bear with an eye patch, so the one-eyed symbolism is incorporated into this. BBC, numerically speaking, is 223, which is the mirrored image of 322, and of course 322, Skull and Bones, comes to mind, if I can get that up quickly here, in regards to the secret society Skull and Bones, 322, CBB, or BBC reversed. Now, that being said, that we can't trust a single thing that the BBC comes out with, because they are clearly satanically influenced. It makes sense that, you know, their biennial event would be strictly satanic as well. So looking further into Children in Need, I've gathered a few pictures here. Sorry, not Children in Need, should I say Comic Relief. They get the children, you know, and adults to dress up in clown costumes, wear silly red noses and red and white clothing and silly antennae. You know, and it's a bit of fun for the children at the end of the day. But when you know that these satanic monsters who worship the Nephilim gods, the demons, and sacrifice children to them, this becomes a lot more disturbing. Naturally, they will get the celebrities involved. You know, you got to get the celebrities in there to get the people to pay attention. You know, if you've ever seen a fake smile, that's it. But here's Katy Perry wearing her monster nose here. And I find it funny. We have Bill Gates as well, the eugenicist murderer through his vaccine programs, wearing his red nose. I'm sure he cares about the Ethiopian kids. Yeah, he definitely cares about getting their population down, at least. So yeah, it's a celebrity-pushed agenda. Here he is, you know, mocking God and Christ as well, while wearing his red nose, with MM in the background, which, if you turn it on its side, is 33. Of course, we know there are 33 levels to Freemasonry. So I do wonder why that was placed above them. We have Rowan Atkinson here, dressed like a priest, even though he has nothing to do with the religion of Christ and is probably against it. Wearing his 3 reptilian monster noses on his fingers, with the large teeth and the big wide grin smile. Now I know, they're just dinosaurs, but that's the exoteric understanding. The exoteric understanding is, this is what we want the public to understand when we do these things. The esoteric understanding is the hidden message, which will only be seen and known by the few initiates who have been taught the truth. So one red nose day, they brought out these large ears here. Now they said this is just a joke about Gary Lineker's large ears. A running, British figure, and a running joke about his large features. However, a giant also has incredibly large ears for their incredibly large craniums. So, exoterically speaking, what they want the public to understand is, this is just about Gary Lineker. Esoterically speaking, what the occult initiates who worship the Nephilim gods know this to be, is a veneration of the giants. Does that make sense? Now, I could go on forever showing you pictures about Red Nose Day, though I recommend you go out and find them for yourself. But if you look at this picture here, I think this is Jessie J, wearing her fractaled, polka dot fractaled clothing in a dark void abyss, with a large skull here being represented with the reptilian monster at the top of the skull. You could say, oh, well, she's just meant to be a Sunday. Well, while she has her eye slightly closed here with her tongue sticking out and this large cranium, you have to remember that the Nephilim, the skulls we have found, Nephilim skulls, they too had incredibly large craniums and elongated heads. So when you see something like this here, showing the Nephilim, and then you see this, you have to understand what they're really talking about. It's right in your face, hidden in plain sight, as per usual, as these occultists like to do. I mean, even this one here, quite clownish with the wild, perm-like, bushy, big-headed hair, big red lips, and a red nose like a clown. Demons look like clowns. The Nephilim, or should I say modern-day depictions of clowns, represents the old-time vision of the Nephilim. And it's always for the children. Of course it is. It's got to be for the kids. How can you argue against something that is for children? Now, I find it interesting, I was reading a little bit more into the Red Nose Day here, and in 2011, they had a special Red Nose Day event, which it says here, where they released monster noses. And there were 3 different monster noses. Honkus had a furry face with a large mouth, sharp teeth, and small eyes. Chuckle Chomp had small round spectacles and a large mouth. Captain Conk was roughly based on a pirate with a Jolly Roger bandana and an eye patch, so the one-eyed symbolism thrown in there as well. Now, monsters are beasts that kill and eat people, and a pirate is a thief that robs and pillages from people. So these aren't exactly nice figures for children to be wearing on their nose, but they always find a way to make it seem cutesy and lovely, don't they? However, in this particular year, as you can read on this side, it was the year an augmented reality version of the nose was created as part of the Red Nose Day website. Via a webcam, the user's head was converted into a giant red nose, which could then be recorded as a short movie. So, while the red noses were monster-themed, you could then augment yourself to have a monster head and see yourself as a monster. Now, if that isn't reminiscent, of trying to bring the demons into our realm, a veneration of the demons, to accept the demon or monster within, I don't know what is. But here's a video advertisement of The Wanted doing just this.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, bam. Yeah?
Okay, cover your face.
Oh, he's got it, he's got it. 1, 2, 3, let's give you a throw. Oh, I beat you. You beat him.
Lads, come and have a look at this.
Hello! Hey, guys! 2, 3. How was that? Just go to rednoseday.com to find out more about augmented reality.
And just follow the simple instructions to get started.
Thanks, Wanted, a band named after criminals, people who are sought after by the law for breaking the law. Yeah, we're definitely going to listen to your advice, aren't we? Let's go find out more about augmented reality in 2011. Now, that was 6 years ago. Nowadays, I believe they have One Direction as the band who promotes the Red Nose, because who's heard of the Wanted anymore, right? These bands are here today, gone tomorrow, as per usual, and they always have a name or something in relation to the New World Order, like One Direction. You know, the One World Order, they're all coming together as one to go towards one progressive pursuit towards the one world religion, one world currency, one world leader, One Direction, and we're going to get there one way or another. These people throw it in your face all the time. No, I'm sick of it. You know, I mean, augmented reality. Let's look deeper into this, just a little bit deeper. You know, we don't have to go too far. But it's come a long way since 2011. Snapchat loves their augmented reality. And here we are, you know, look at the demons they allow to manifest through, the self-obsession, the love of self, the transhumanist agenda being thrown in here as well. Here the people are throwing up the rainbow, you know, which is just typical of most liberals these days, spewing their ultra-liberal, hyper-communist, Marxist, satanic belief. Just spewing out that rainbow. Now, the rainbow originally is a sign to Noah from God, a covenant that God will not destroy the earth with a flood once again. And it has been hijacked by these satanic scumbags to represent pride. The Nephilim were said to be full of pride. They were the most hubris, pride-filled beings that ever roamed the earth. So it makes sense that they would like to hijack this symbology. But on to augmented reality a little bit more. You do know in order for this to work, you have to let the computer do a full-scaled map 3D representation of your facial features. That information to a database. Your full 3-dimensional facial features. Give them up to an unknown, unseen entity of some kind, which in the future could possibly mimic your face on camera, in any way, shape or form they see fit. I think this is all a part of the transhumanist agenda, personally, but this is not disconnected from the Nephilim. The transhumanist agenda is about building a new vessel, a new temple, a new body for man and his consciousness to dwell in. That's how it's sold to ignorant, naive people, but the truth is, and we all know it in our culture, this new vessel, this new temple, will not be for the human consciousness. It will be for these very entities on the other side who want to have a body and manifest here once more. So the more you take part in this, the more you clown yourself up and venerate and give and give and give to this machine, these monsters, the quicker you're bringing in these monsters back to our reality. That's the truth. You are in no way helping matters by remaining blind to these things. So yeah, Red Nose Day. A satanic 322 Freemason Skull and Bones event venerating the Nephilim giants of the past. Coming for your children, getting them to worship monsters and clowns, the very things, the very monsters, which have caused all the problems the world has seen today, pretty much. The same things the elite still worship and push onto us, hidden in symbology, every day. Every single day. Thanks for listening, guys. If you don't know already, I have started a Patreon account. If you like what you see here and you want to see more of this, please feel free to contribute and donate any amount. It will be appreciated. I'll be back soon with more episodes to this series and many other things. I'm also doing a weekly live show now called The Truth of Therapy Sessions. We're up to episode 3 and I'll be doing episode 4 very soon this week.